Retro Rat here, coming at you with a video. I haven't done one in a while. Today is June 28th, 2015. In this video, I'm going to show you all the stuff I got at the gaming convention, which was too many games. Also, eBay grabs, trades I did with a whole bunch of people, Facebook, YouTube, local guys, trades at the convention. A lot of stuff on here. I'm going to jump right into it. The first thing I got, had some extra money on my eBay account, and I've been really wanting this for a really long time. Not so much because I want to get a bunch of people over and play it, just because I love the box. And that's the Bomberman Party Pack. It is 100% complete. The guy had it listed for $200. Like I said, I had extra money in the account. I asked him if he would take $160, and he said he would. And it even has the little tray inside. Very pleased. He shipped it right away. Excellent condition. The next is, I haven't been to my local video game store in forever, just for the simple fact that I've been buying games everywhere else, been doing trades and everything, and I just hadn't had a chance to stop at the local game store. So I went there, I did a trade-in, and here's what I was able to pick up. I was able to pick up Contra the Advanced Wars for the Game Boy Advance 100% complete, Capcom vs. SNK 2, Metal Slug 3, Double Dragon 3, which I was most excited to get because I needed this to complete my trilogy. And I got the Section Z cart. I still have some credit left over. The reason why I got the Section Z cart was I purchased this on eBay for $9 shipped. It's Section Z with the sticker, and everything is mint. Hang tab is there, so that is now complete in box. It's a game I wanted. I think I'm going to go for a complete Capcom complete in box collection. Haven't decided yet. But I have a good amount of the heavy hitters out of the way, so I might do that. Next was a trade from a local Facebook group. I messaged him, told him I was interested in these two, and worked out a deal. I got Rock and Roll Racing, complete in box, and I got Ultima the False Prophet. But this is his copy of Rock and Roll Racing. I got my copy and traded that already away because that one's so much nicer. And then I got Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. Guy messaged me, and he had told me that he was interested in my copy of Conker's Bad Fur Day. So he did that, and then he actually threw in, hold on, JJ and Jeff for the Turbo Graphics, because he knew that I didn't have many Turbo games. Can't wait to play this, just waiting on a power supply to get the Turbo up and running. Next, we're going to go with a trade with my brother. He had just gotten a lot of games in, and in it was Rival Schools. I told him I wanted that, and naturally he gave it to me. Next was a trade with a guy who lived in my area. He messaged me a long time ago saying that he got this at a local Goodwill. You actually could still see the Goodwill sticker right there for $3.99. He had messaged me and said that he was looking for a list of games, and actually I had Lunar 2 as an extra copy, so I traded that to him, and I got eHonder. It's a Squaresoft shoot 'em up. Excellent, excellent, excellent game. Very happy to have that one. Alright, now we're going to get into a big trade that I did with my buddy Mike. Local guy, big collector. I had some things that he wanted, and here is some of the stuff that he gave me. We worked out a really big trade. Here's, like I said, some of the stuff, because the other stuff I traded at the convention. Alright, I'm just going to grab stuff and just go as I come along. Mega Man 4, 2 copies of the original Zelda, two GBA SPs, blue DS Lite, which I have the box and manual for that, so now that is 100% complete for my collection. Haunting starring Polygon, 100% complete. Box needs to be a little cleaned up, but that's still fine. Shining the Darkness, this is 100% complete. And one of the final things was Gunstar Hero Manual. I got the case in the game in that big collection, so now that is 100% complete. Very happy to add that one to my collection. Also got from him the green N64 box controller. I'm going for all the boxes. I right now have yellow, blue, red, and green. I need black, gray, atomic purple, and Extreme Green. And then the final thing was basically a throw-in, was Meg Fighter 29 Soviet Fight. I did another trade with another fellow Facebook slash YouTube friend. He got from me, I don't remember. I got Donkey Kong for the original NES, and he included this little Vega Pop for free. The Donkey Kong game I traded at the convention. I did a lot of trades at the convention. A lot of trades at the convention. We're gonna jump. Oh, flea market grab for $3. Wild Arms. I should be back on track for garage sale videos probably in 2 or 3 weeks. I figure next weekend I won't be able to garage sale. It's 4th of July weekend. And then the following weekend I should be good to go. And I should be good to go on my room tour video probably next weekend. Pretty sure that I should have enough time to film that as well. If not, you'll definitely see it at some point in July. First thing I got at the convention, literally as soon as I got there, was the Keith Powers Into Too Many Games. It's a custom-made game, which I actually put it in my bag, and I really should have put it in the box because I had a box in the bag, and it got crushed. I really am an idiot for that. It's number 13 of 50. It's to commemorate the Too Many Games, and it's actually a Nintendo game. Comes with the manual as well. I usually pick these up every year because they're just really cool things, and also you can remember the time you had at Too Many Games. Even if you wind up selling all of your games and stuff, this isn't something that you're going to sell. It's not like something you could just put on eBay and just sell. It's something really cool. So very glad to have that. Next thing I grabbed was a Zelda lanyard for $9. That was 60. The lanyard was $9. And then I started to try to do some trades. Now keep in mind, guys, I brought 5 copies of Mario Sunshine, a bunch of Zelda games for all various systems, Pokemon games. I bought all good games to trade. A bunch of Wavebirds with receivers, just a ton of good stuff to trade because I knew going to this convention I was going to see a lot of rare and high-end games, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to afford them. So I brought a bunch of games to trade in that I already owned for no money or a few dollars, so I wouldn't mind trading those away. The first guy had Bubble Bobble Part 2 complete in box. Box was from, I would say, out of a 10, I would say it's a 6. Cart was a 10, manual was a 10. He wanted 600 for it. I put a table of stack of stuff onto the table, and he said, well, what were you thinking on this stuff? And I told him I was looking to get like 400 for that stuff, and he goes, we're way far apart. I was like, well, listen, I'll give you 200 cash for the Bubble Bobble plus that, and then basically whatever you want to do. He goes, no, I'm thinking more like 500. And I was so like, you're only going to give me $100 for like 4 Sunshines, 2 Wind Wakers, like just various other stuff like Pokemon Emerald, Fire, Ruby, Sapphire, just tons of stuff. So then I go to another table and I try to trade for what was the next one I tried to trade for? Tried to trade for King of Dragons for a Super Nintendo, complete in box, mint condition, and the guy goes, I'm not interested in trading at all. Then I go to the next table and he was asking like 200 for it, and the game only retails for like 110. Then I go to the next table and I'm trying to get Contra Force complete in box. The guy goes, yes, I'll trade. I take out all the stuff. He goes, I'm definitely interested in all the stuff that you have here. We can work something out. Figuring that I'm going to pull some stuff back. And then after all said and done, he goes, nah, I'm not interested in anything. I've realized that I can't test any of these games because GameCube games are finicky nowadays, and I don't know if they're going to work or not. So at this point, I got me, my wife, and my son, and we're taking turns holding him because it's too narrow to push him around in a stroller. So we're strolling, carrying. My arms are getting tired. Her arms are getting tired. So many people there, just crazy overload, and I'm not getting anything. Come to a booth all the way in the back corner, and I see this. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. They have 110 on it. It's 100% complete and mint. And then they had 100 on Persona 1, which I needed that as well. Asked if they did trades. They said, yes, we do trades, but we're really not looking for anything right now, but we'll take a look and see what you have. As soon as I took the stuff out, she goes, yeah, we'll definitely take some of this stuff. So we made a fair trade. Persona was in not the best condition disc-wise. It was already resurfaced, and it had all the swirls from a bad resurfacer. So I don't want to take a chance and re-resurface it and it not work for that type of money. So I wind up trading a couple Sunshines and a Wind Waker for a Fire Emblem. Realistically speaking, I think my retail value side was like 140 to her 110, which in my eyes is a really good deal because they have to pay for a booth spot and they're here selling. So really happy to add that one to my collection. Then my wife decides that it's already, been enough time that she spent. She said, "How much longer am I going to be there?" And I told her like 4 or 5 hours. She goes, "Okay, I'll pick you up. Just give me a call." I leave. She leaves, and then my buddy Mike calls me and says, "Hey, aren't you looking for this game? Come over here in the far corner. This is a booth that's not even set up to sell games. It's a booth to advertise one of their games that they're trying to make and try to test out." And the guy just had a little box of games. In that box of games was Ninja Gaiden 3, complete in box. The only issue is there's a little bit of paint here, which I'm pretty sure I can get off, but the thing right here is there's a little nick right there. This will complete my trilogy. He had 100 on it. We wound up bundling it with Mike, wound up bundling it with one of the items he wanted. I got 10 off of it, 90 bucks, very happy. So right now I'm down 150 bucks, 159 including the lanyard. Walking around a little bit more, and I'm like, I want to really try to get that Bubble Bobble. So what I did was I went to another booth and I said, "Well, how much would you give me cash for all this stuff?" He wound up giving me $600 and I think $18, $611 for all the stuff that I had for sale, and it was about 80% of retail, which was crazy because he was giving me such good value. But here's the thing: he was a games franchise called Game King out of Kentucky, and his one little case had 3 little Samsons, World Championship Kart Gray, 2 Dinosaur Peaks, and various other extremely rare Super Nintendo and Nintendo games in the case. It was just like a crazy case. And then 2 cases over was all the Power 9 for Magic the Gathering, all complete with a little gem mint, like 9s and 8.5s, all high grades. Crazy, crazy, crazy sick money. So I took that money, paid for the lanyard, the Ken Power, this, and now I still have an extra $450 and change to spend on Bubble Bobble. So I go back and try to do a play at Bubble Bobble again. Unfortunately, the best that he would do is $550, and I really couldn't contemplate spending $550 on a box that just wasn't that nice. I feel that if I'm patient enough, I can get a mint copy of the game for more money, obviously just a little bit more. However, it will be mint and it'll look so much nicer, because when you're buying a rare game, I think if you're not getting that great of a deal on it, you want to make sure it's in great condition. And that's going to lead to my question. In the comments down below, what game is in your collection that you love, that you wanted to get in a better condition, that you wish you either waited or you're looking to upgrade? Put that in the comments down below. Again, sorry for such a long video. So now it's getting close to leaving. I call my wife. I said, "Hey, come pick me up. I'm done." Didn't even realize that 4.5 hours had already passed, and the convention's actually getting close to closing. I had already met the Game Chasers. I hung out with Scott, which is Grimsy42, Scorpion Slayer, one of the Sprite Lovers. There were just so many people. Pat the NES Punk. There was tons of people there, all friendly. I mean, it was just a really great time, and the time just literally flew by. As I'm getting ready down the last aisle, I noticed a dealer that was selling Magic cards put out a few video games. I asked to see this game, which is Harvest Moon. Box is not in the nicest condition. I'm actually going to take it all out and show you. Manual, again, not in the greatest of conditions. This is going to be the reason why I'm talking about rare games here. But the cart, dead mint, perfect cart. I obviously took out my tool, opened it up, verified that the board was real. The board was real. They had $280 on this. For those of you who don't know, this game retails, the cart alone retails for $200. A complete copy retails anywhere between $375 and $500. I figured in this condition it would probably be like in the $350 range. So $280 is a $70 discount, which is pretty good. I said, "Would you take $230? Just throwing it out there because, just in case he says yes and I want to upgrade later, I can always just flip the cart for $200 and flip this for $100. Do whatever I need to do." He said, "Sure." I really didn't think he was going to go that cheap. He went that cheap. I immediately pulled out my money. Very pleased with that. And then the last item. They had 90 on this. I wind up getting it for 70. It's the Zelda Wind Waker Ocarina of Time Master Quest, and it is complete. Both manuals are in there. Discs are in great condition. Very pleased to have this one. So day one at the convention, I wind up leaving with more money than I actually came with. My buddy Mike hooked me up with a pass, so I didn't even have to pay for the 3-day convention. Okay, now we're going to fast forward to day three, because day two I had to work. Day three, I call up Mike, see if he's going. Unfortunately, he's not. He went day one and two. He got a lot of good stuff. And there was a lot of good deals to be had here. I wind up bringing, and David, if you're watching this, sorry, pal. David, HN Squared, sold me a copy of Ninja Gaiden factory sealed about 6 months ago, 5 months ago, for a really good price. He sold it to me for $60. A complete copy at the time went for 100, but he really just said, you know, you always buy from me. You're a great guy. Here, $60. I paid 60 for it. I brought that with me, and I brought a few other games with me to the convention. PS2 common games, like Ico, Mega Man Anniversary Edition for the PlayStation. So brought 10 of those games and Resident Evil Gaiden. Went to a dealer because I had every intention on getting Resident Evil Gaiden back, but just complete. I'm a complete in box collector, not a sealed collector. So all my sealed stuff, with the exception of Zelda and the one game that I bought today, is definitely something I will easily trade away. Have no issue doing it. I picked it up either dirt cheap, or it was a freebie, or in a trade. So that's the reason why I have no attachment to my sealed stuff. So go to this booth, bring the stuff up. He tells me that he's going to give me 100 for the common PS2 games, and then that he was going to give me, he didn't really have a number that he wanted to tell me for Resident Evil Gaiden. The last seal one sold for 150, which wasn't as nice as mine, so I figure the retail value of it is like 250. There's a guy on eBay right now like $6.99 for one, which no one's paying that. So I wind up getting a complete in-box copy from him, and the gem of the gems. I wind up getting Shanti, or however you pronounce it. This is 100% dead mint. He had another copy of this with a dent right across here that was $50 cheaper. For those of you who don't know, this game retails between $750 and $800 in average condition. I feel that in this condition, it's probably going to be retailed around $850 to $950. He wound up doing these two for 400 plus my sealed Resident Evil and those games. Extremely good deal, and I'll tell you why it's a good deal. Continued shopping. I told my wife we're going to get ready to leave. It was me, my wife, my sister-in-law, my son, and I noticed this out of the corner of my eye, and this has been on my radar forever. And that's the Mario Kart Wii U 8 limited edition North American. It is in excellent condition, and like I said, factory sealed. There's another factory sealed besides my Zeldas that I'm going to be keeping. This retails anywhere between 500 to 600. There's somebody asking like 650 on it right now, but the sold ones have been like in the $500 range. They wanted 350 for this. I was going to pay the 350. I asked if I can do any better. Last day at the convention, everyone gives you better deals. I wound up getting it for 300. So I got this for 300, and I got those two for 400. So it's 700 invested out of my pocket. I asked if they did any trades. I wind up pulling up an extra copy of Zelda Majora's Mask Collector's Edition, and I Pokemon Leaf Green and Complete in Box Final Fantasy Tactics Advance for Game Boy Advance. They were doubles of mine, and the Pokemon game was just a card only. They had 125 on Tactics Ogre. I was planning on coming out of pocket like $20 and giving those 3 games up. The guy looks at it and goes, I'm not interested in Pokemon. So now I'm like, I got to come up like 30, 40 bucks. I'm probably just not going to do it and just walk. He goes, I'll do an even trade for these 2. And I'm like, but I offered you all 3 in the trade for it. Whatever. Guess it was late in the day and he was tired. But I got this for an even swap of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance for Game Boy Advance and the limited edition Zelda. Very good bargain. Now back to Shanti. So I got $700 invested in, realistically speaking, these 2 games. I had every intention on selling this game. I am going to sell this. I am going to ask for $1,000 or best offer. I'm probably going to take between $750 and $800 for it. As soon as I get that, after fees and everything, I am going to get this for free. That's exactly what I was looking for. I was looking to get a big score. I literally am going to get that for free. It may take a week, it may take a month, I don't know, but I'm literally going to get that for free. Very happy with everything I got. Like I said, game room tour will be soon, guys. Thanks for watching on this really long video, and have a great day.